What's up everyone, welcome back to another video here on my channel. I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas. Obviously with Christmas over now, we have New Year's to look forward to, and I feel like for every New Year's Eve you do need a sparkly makeup look. So for today's video, I decided that I wanted to try out some new makeup products that you can create a New Year's Eve makeup look with. But I also wanted the products to be affordable, so all the products that I'm using are actually cheap drugstore products that you can easily find at Superdrug or Boots. This is actually the final look that I created, so you can see it's kind of like a metallic blue and gold look. So if you want to see how I created it, make sure you stay tuned. And seeing as I'm creating a look for New Year's Eve, I decided, why not start the celebrations early? I'm adding some alcohol to the mix. I have a gin and rose lemonade drink here. So grab yourself a drink and let's start trying out these affordable drugstore products. So I'm back barefaced and also rocking my little makeup headband, and we are going to start creating the makeup look that you just saw. And I also have another drink here. The pink gin was just to look cute for the intro, so now I have a vodka and Diet Coke here. But I feel like all I've been doing is talking throughout this video so far, so I think it's time to jump in and try the first cheap drugstore makeup product. I'm basically just gonna do my makeup routine as I would usually do it, just with new products that I'm trying. So we're gonna start off with some primer, and I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer here, and this is 14 milliliters and I got it for £7.50. Do I think that's the cheapest you can get a primer for? Probably not. You could go cheaper, but I was looking for something that would be hydrating just because I like a more dewy kind of finish. And 14 milliliters, it is quite a bit of product, so I'm hoping it will last me quite long because you don't really use that much primer. But now the question is it actually a nice product? Because it doesn't help you have a lot of it, but you don't actually want to use it. So I'm gonna try it on now and see how I like the consistency of it. So the little squirt is actually going quite a long way. I basically covered my whole bottom half of my face with it, and I do like the consistency. Even though it is hydrating, it's not too oily. It's more of like a silicone-y consistency, and I like that. I don't want it to be too oily running around on my face, so I feel like I quite like this product so far. Well, I guess we might as well just take a sip while the primer just takes a few minutes to set into the skin. Oh, that vodka is definitely coming through. Cheers, everyone. Next up, we have the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is definitely not a new product. I just haven't tried it before. I've heard about it a lot, especially from watching UK makeup and lifestyle influencers on Instagram and YouTube. They seem to bring up this product quite a lot as a really nice drugstore foundation. The foundation was £7.99 for 30 milliliters. Again, probably not the cheapest foundation or drugstore foundation, but definitely way cheaper than some of the other brands like Urban Decay and NARS. So compared to that, £7.99 really isn't that bad. The only thing I wish I noticed before is that this is kind of for a matte finish, and it is also for normal to oily skin, and I would say my skin is definitely more normal to dry. I don't know if there is a different option for that skin type, but as I mentioned, just because I like that more dewy finish and because my skin is a bit more on the dry side, I think I would have rather wanted to go for a hydrating or illuminating finish. Just ignore my gross foundation lips for a few seconds, but this is what it looks like with just one layer of foundation. And I know it says it's matte, but it's really not too drying or mattifying. There is still a bit of shine, so that's quite nice. Coverage wise, I think this is quite nice for just an everyday level of coverage, but if I'm gonna go out to a New Year's Eve party or just going out in general at nighttime, I would usually go for a bit more coverage, so I think I'm gonna add another layer of the foundation. So to make sure my foundation is all set in place and doesn't go all crinkly, we're gonna move on to some setting powder, and I have this one from Collection, which is the Primed and Ready Illuminating Setting Powder. This powder was £3.99, which I thought was quite a good deal actually. I couldn't find cheaper illuminating setting powders. There was a lot of matte options for maybe even a cheaper price. But for some reason, if you didn't want to go for a matte finish, the price would go up. So we're going to try it out now and see if it is actually a good illuminating setting powder, or if you should actually spend that extra few pounds on buying a different version if you are not looking for a matte option. I feel like powder is such a key product to add if you are getting ready to go to a party or going out, because you don't want to have your makeup melting off before it's even 2021. Not that that's probably going to be an issue this year, as I'm assuming there won't be any real New Year's parties to go to. I definitely don't have any plans going to a party. I'll probably just be spending it at home. But if anyone is lucky enough to have some party plans, remember your powder. Super happy with the finish of that powder. I definitely feel like it's lightweight on the skin and it's not cakey at all. So I think at £3.99 that was quite a good find. Moving on to the contouring, I'm going to start with the light contouring first, and I have this concealer stick from Natural Collection, which was only £1.99. I'm gonna say that price again, £1.99. I think that is so cheap. So the tube looks like a little lipstick kind of. So I haven't actually used a concealer stick like this before for my contouring, so we'll see how it turns out. I'm not too sure about the contour stick. So for the eyes, I actually do like it because it's not too light, but then for my cheekbones and jawline, I do like that to be a bit more contrasting. So we'll see once I've added the bronzer how much of a difference you can actually see in the contour. For the bronzer, I'm using the NYE Bronze Shimmer Bronzing Powder, and this is kind of also just like a set powder. Usually I would use a contour stick for my darker contour, but I couldn't really find a cheap option for that. This product was only £2.50, so that price tag is definitely perfect for this video. So we'll see how the powder contouring turns out. So that's from adding just one stroke of bronzer, so I think that's pretty good for such a cheap product. One thing is just because it is powder, I need to be a bit more controlled with the brush, because as you can see it's like going over here, where if I have the contour stick I'm literally placing it where I want it to go, so it's not like really going into the other sections, where with this one I need to be a bit more careful. Honestly, the bronzer worked out pretty well as the darker contouring. I do love a shimmery bronzer, so it's maybe not for everyone. Maybe you like more of a matte finish, but I really like this product. So basically the last thing we have left for the face is the blush. So for some reason liquid blush is a lot more expensive than powder blush. I really wanted to try out a liquid blush, and I've actually been using this one for quite a few months. So it was £6.99, but because you use so little of the product every time, it really lasts quite long. This one specifically is the B by Superdrug liquid blush in the shade Candy, and it is so pigmented, so again you really only need to use like literally a few drops of it. As you can see, we have a bit of a pink tint now. I really just added a little bit. I don't want it to be like too pink, but what I also specifically like about this blush is that it does have kind of that illuminating finish to it. So again, it just adds to that dewy finish. So we finished off with all the products that we need for the face, so we're going to move on to the eyes now, which is obviously the more exciting part. So far I think I've found quite a few affordable, good drugstore products that I would actually buy again and keep on using, so really happy with that. I'm thinking before we move on I should finish this guy, get a new drink, and then we move on to the eyes. We're back and we're fully refreshed now, as you can see, And I'm also hoping that my mind is kind of in a creative space, because I actually have no idea what I'm doing with my eyes yet, but we have some really great colors to work with. Obviously, you will also notice that I have some eyebrows now, so I just went ahead and did that off camera quickly. I somehow completely forgot about getting products to do my eyebrows, so I just used my normal Morphe Promenade to fill them in. And then I also just added some nose contouring. I didn't want to do that with the shimmer bronzer, I think for obvious reasons, so I just did that with my normal Clinique contour stick. So now with all of that out of the way, should we jump into the eyes? For the eyes, I actually got a whole eyeshadow palette, but this was only £8.99, so I thought that was so cheap, and the colors in here are just amazing. This is the I Heart Revolution Macaroons palette. How cute is the packaging, the little chocolate bar, and then again, as I said, the colors were just so nice, and I think I'm probably gonna use this kind of blue, gold, maybe a bit of silver in there as well, but let's see how it turns out. I decided to start with the shade Chocolate, and I'm using this just as a base on the crease, and then to add more depth I'm adding the Heavenly Bite also to the crease, and then I'm just making sure that this is all blended out nicely. Next I'm adding some concealer to my eyelid because I want to create a cut crease for this look, and then I'm also just going to clean up the corners of my eye. Sip break before we move on to adding this shimmery shade Petite, and I'm going to add this to the outer corner of the lid. For the inner corner I'm adding Sweet Treat, which is this metallic blue shade, and then I'm also adding the shade under my waterline. We are moving on from the Macaroons eyeshadow palette, but I'm not done with the eyes just yet. Obviously, with this being a New Year's Eve party look, I definitely need to add some glitter, so I have this glitter eye cream palette from Berry Aim, and this was £5.99. I want to see if this product is full on glitter or is it just kind of like a layer of glitter on the top. I went for the blue glitter first, and I'm going to put this in the inner corner over that blue metallic shade, and then I'm going to add the gold over the gold metallic shade on the outer corner of the lid. Lastly, I'm going to take some of the silver glitter and place this in the inner corner. You might be thinking, oh, we definitely have enough glitter on this look now, but I actually still have a glitter liner that I want to add. This is again from Collection, and it's the Glam Crystals Dazzling Gel Liner, which is only like £2 something, and I actually have this in silver as well, and I think it's such a good gel glitter liner. I am definitely looking very sparkly now. I'm just gonna wait a few seconds for all the different glitters to just kind of set. With the glitter cream that I used earlier, I think it was quite a good palette because the glitter wasn't just the top layer, the glitter was throughout the whole color. The only thing is, I think I would still prefer using loose glitter and rather sticking it with glitter glue, just because I find loose glitter to be a bit more chunky and then it's just a bit more visible. I always like to finish off my looks with some liquid eyeliner, especially if I'm gonna wear lashes. So I have the Wonder Ink eyeliner here from Rimmel, and this was £6.99. What a nice liquid liner. I feel like sometimes when you're using liquid liner, the felt tip can get a bit dry, but this went on so easy. Over the glitter and the cream and everything, I literally had no problems, and it was really easy to apply. To brighten up the eyes, I'm going to add some white liner to my waterline. I have, again from the Collection, the Kohl eyeliner in white. This was £1.99, which is really cheap. But in this case, I would have to say I would actually pay a bit more. I just feel like the white didn't come off as much as I would want it to. So even though it is a really good price, I would actually go for another version and spend maybe like £2 or £3 more just to really see that white. Next up, we're going to add some mascara. I have the NYE Amplify Statement Lash Mascara here. I mean, that's quite a mouthful and it sounds like it should make your lashes look really bold. It was only £3 and I believe the mascara that I'm currently using is definitely double or more than double the price. So if I can get a good mascara for £3, that's definitely going to be a big win. So here we have the one lash with mascara and the other one without for £3. I definitely don't think that's too bad. And if you added more layers to it, it would definitely build up quite well. I do feel like it isn't as good as my other drugstore mascara that's a bit more expensive. But seeing as I'm adding lashes to this look anyway, I feel like that's definitely enough mascara to add. So I just wanted to give an update on the mascara. Now that I've added it to my bottom lashes, like look how long they are. I do have quite long bottom lashes, but I just think this mascara did such a good job. That's basically just one layer. So I'm actually changing my mind and I think this mascara is a really good buy at just £3. To finish off this eye look, we obviously need some lashes. It just wouldn't be a New Year's Eve party look without it. I have the So Wispy lashes here from Kiss and this was only £3.66. And I feel like I usually spend over £10 on just one pair of lashes, and these feel really nice. I feel like there's quite a lot of lash to it for only £3.66, so I'm hoping this looks really nice on the eye so that I can stop spending so much money on lashes. I wanted to show you the lashes with one lash on, one lash off, because then I feel like you can really see the difference. And this lash is pretty full for £3 something. That's like a really good deal. I don't feel like I'm ever gonna spend like £15 on lashes again, because why? So happy with these lashes. I'm gonna move on to the very last product now, which is of course for our lips. I have this e.l.f. lip gloss in the shade Love Bite, and I really wanted to go for something a bit more dark on the brown gold side. And we are all done with the New Year's Eve makeup look using only cheap drugstore products. Obviously I added the lip gloss and I was expecting it to come out a lot darker than it did, but honestly I quite like it. Just wasn't what I expected, but I do still like the color with this makeup look. I also just went ahead and fixed my hair because I really wanted to show you a final product. This is party ready, even though I have literally nowhere to go now and I'm still wearing pajama bottoms. But if you are about to head out to a New Year's Eve party, I hope you have an amazing time. I hope you have an amazing 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the look, and then I'll see you guys again in the new year.